So here are back playing some more Ostriv, and today we are hopefully going to make some pretty decent progress. It'll be really nice to have all of our metal being turned into, or being smelted into actual iron. That'd be really nice. We're also starting to collect quite a number of cows, which is really nice. And we're going to optimize bulls for livestock. We might turn this off with a little bit of time once we notice that these cows are getting a bit old. But for now, I think we're in a pretty decent spot. Weaver's Workshop, dairy. Oh yes, this was one of the last things that I was thinking about. What do I want to produce? Milk, cheese, butter. Maybe we produce everything, honestly. I think that might be a good move, honestly. But the only downside is that these smaller granaries are running out of space. We might just have to construct an entire additional smaller granary around each of our squares. That's probably going to be the move. Yeah, so let's go ahead and queue that on up. Smaller granary. Hopefully that's not too in the way there. And let's go ahead and hit ×4 speed. Let's move these up to... Maybe we should focus on getting all these granaries down just to get them out of the way. Something like that, I reckon. Go ahead and move you on up as well. So now there's those two, and then we can place another one over here. Now, the reason I want to set up an entire additional smaller granary is because with time, we're going to fill these in completely with just various goods, right? So you might as well have it down, have it all in position. Families are moving out. These guys ran out of food and stuff over here because we don't have these granaries down, but that'll be fine. Just means another family will move in. And I don't like the idea of having 3 granaries in a row here, but screw it. Let's go ahead and move these on up. They don't have like food, they don't have firewood, stuff like that, but it's okay. Maybe I should have turned on a worker slot, honestly. Let's turn on 2. And let's start with the beetroot. Beetroot. Cabbage. Beetroot. Cabbage. And then this one we'll do firewood. We'll do shoes. You know, I want clothes here instead, so let's do clothes. Oops, not apples. But warm clothes and then shoes. Cool, so there's those. Let's make this for women only, and then hire a woman preferably. Rather try and keep it 50-50. With certain jobs, because women aren't allowed to do certain jobs, so we'd rather try and keep men in those jobs as much as possible and out of any jobs that women can do, right? And so then here all we need to do is start by copying and pasting. So copy resource list to another granary, bam. And then did we have workers in these is my question. Yes. So hire options. Don't allow men to work in these, and then perfect. So that's how we wanted that to be set up. Not enough food variety, but soon enough that'll be solved. Just a little bit of time. No housing. We got a lot of vacancies for all sorts of different jobs. 40 open vacancies. Messenger from Mirafa. We don't have anything that we really want to trade with him, so go go ahead and pass up on that for now. Cool, so now we're just waiting for granaries to get done, then they'll move on to village houses, then they'll get the smeltery done, and then we'll be really cooking. We'll be producing all of our own, what's it called, all of our own metal. So then we can even start selling it with a bit of time, because this iron mine will never run out of resources, right? So that'll be really nice. And then another 2 smithies, so we'll have 1 producing nails, 1 producing metal parts, and then maybe we leave this other one. I'm not sure how exactly I want to do it. Maybe we just leave them sort of producing like a bit of their own, like both goods as needed. And then we're going to set up the carting sheds, so that'll be pretty cool. Iron, wood, bricks. So let's just do carters. I'm just curious to see how this was all going to turn out in the end. Another granary was finished. Can we... oh, here. Cool, cool, cool. So there's that one. Let's do this other one. Copy resource list to another granary. So now we have all the different goods that we're going to need. Hire options, only women, hire a new worker. And just like that, look. We have firewood and hopefully soon clothes, and then there's cabbage and beetroot here. Cool. We're also going to need a storage shed around here, so let's go ahead and set that up as well. Get all the basics down so that we don't need to worry about them with time. Kind of like the idea of this spot here, so let's go ahead and place that. Hopefully it doesn't create any pathing issues. There was a pathing issue that we were running into over here, but it looks like we're not running into that today. All of our fields are tilled and growing, which is great. This field's all done. This field's all done. And it's November, so pretty soon it'll be winter. Buckwheat, yeah, everything's looking done. That's amazing. So let's look at how much goods we have here. We have 4,000 sunflowers. Buckwheat's all right. The flax, it looks like they just had enough time by the end of the year to finish all of that, so that's pretty good. We need to start doing something with the sunflowers. So sunflower is right after the cart sheds. Interesting. Then moving on to a stone mining camp, and then we'll probably start working on bricks around, definitely within the next episode. Iron's all done, so that's okay. We'll just leave that as is. We'll leave that as is for now. Cool, cool, cool. I wonder if there's like a time limit. I wonder if you can make it to like the 2000s and it's still just like a little Ukrainian village. That'd be kind of cool. I have a feeling that we'll run out of wood long before then. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Another granary is finished. And so with that one being finished, we can start setting up some other pretty interesting stuff. First and foremost, let's do this one at the beef, right? Right after beef, let's do butter. And then right after butter, let's do cheese, butter cheese. 12.50. Take from other granaries. 12.50. Take from other granaries. So butter cheese on all of these. 12.50. 12.50. Butter cheese, butter cheese. Smaller granary. Let's get a worker in each of these. Butter cheese. 12.50. Cool. Take from other granaries. And then with this one, we're going to start moving on to the next thing after butter and cheese, which is going to be something to do with butter and cheese. Let's do milk. So milk, 12.50. And what's after milk? Smetana. 12.50. Cool. So there's all of those goods, right? And that's everything that we're producing. Smetana, butter, milk, cheese. There is all of that. I don't think people can eat sunflowers, so we'll leave that for now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so butter, cheese. So let's go into you. No, you. This is the first one, right? Buckwheat beef. Okay. So that was here, buckwheat and beef. That's where we ended on. So now butter and cheese, we're going to replace the second ones of these. All the cabbages and whatnot. So then here, butter and then cheese. Cool. So beetroot, cabbage, butter, cheese, all from this little store here, which is pretty cool. Beetroot, cabbage, butter, cheese. And then what's next? It's going to be the milk and then smetana. Milk smetana. Perfect. Look at that. That is quite cool. So then we just go and do the exact same thing to literally all of these. So beetroot and cabbage, butter, cheese, carrot, cucumber, milk. Milk and smetana. And then over here we should have, yeah, buckwheat beef. Perfect, 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 perfect. Beetroot, cabbage, butter, cheese, carrot, cucumber, milk, smetana. Amazing stuff. Another granary is done. Which one is it? This one. So let's go and find the other ones. This one we can, well, I don't want to copy yet. I'm not totally sure which one it is, but milk smetana. Milk smetana. You. Milk and smetana. 12.50. 12.50. Take from other granaries. Beef. Butter, cheese, I think, right? Yes. Beef, butter, cheese. And take from other granaries. Perfect, perfect. So now everything should be completely full. Except for all of the last ones, which are going to be for milk and smetana. 12.50, 12.50, 12.50, 12.50. Perfect. Couldn't be more perfect, literally. And very soon, all of our markets are going to be completely full of all sorts of really cool stuff. That is quite cool. Look at that. Already, this one's got carrots, cucumbers, smetana, milk. Over here, they're gonna have cabbage, beetroot, butter, cheese. They already have butter and cheese, but it doesn't look like it's got like little models there quite yet. The butter and the cheese. Then they got clothes, warm clothes, shoes, firewood here. Over here, they have buckwheat. They don't have the beef quite yet. We're just gonna probably need like a lot more cows. Oof. Cows, and that's probably just gonna take a little while. Tallow. I think that's used for some other production at some point. Yerkachi, these guys, we do have stuff to trade with them, so let's go ahead and sell them 500 shoes. Let's sell them 1,000. 1,000 charcoal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why do we do that twice? That's annoying. As for the clothing, let's do 500 clothes. And then as for honey, we don't have the deal quite yet. Oh no, we did. I wish I could cancel these. That's annoying. It's fine though. We'll sell what we can. Might as well. So one more smaller granary to finish. Once that's finished, they're going to do 2 more village homes. Then we should be off to the races. But let's set all of these up for their various goods. So we went beetroot cabbage, and this one also gets butter cheese. Beetroot cabbage. What's after beetroot cabbage? It was carrots, cucumbers, but also smetana and milk. So milk, smetana. And then after that, cucumbers, dried fruit twice, and then garlic, I believe. And then what's after garlic? We have honey, right? Garlic, honey. It was honey horseradish. I think I remember that. Honey horseradish. Perfect. Another smaller granary finish. This one's for milk and smetana. And let's move this workshop up. Milk and smetana. So we're doing all of this so that all of the food for the entire population should evenly spread out between each of our 4 markets. Because each of the 4 markets has granaries, and the granaries have an equal amount of storage for all of the different food types that we're producing. So everything we're producing, we can, move it around amongst all these different zones. And that's hopefully how this is going to work out in the end. Cool. So honey horseradish was correct, and then marrow onions. Marrow twice. Onions twice. And then what's after onions? I think it's peas, pumpkins. And then this is the one for the firewood clothes and warm clothes and stuff. And so here, this one was going to be for beef and buckwheat, if I remember correctly. Buckwheat, and then we can hire in someone for this worker stall because this one, we're always going to have buckwheat, so we might as well get that one ready. Cool, amazing stuff. And then we want to hire in workers, make it only for women. Hire options, apply to all. So only women can work in the granaries. Cool. And it says we only have 11. Why is that the case? Each of them should have 3. Did one of them not get their 3rd? No, it must not be counting the building itself. And that's probably fine. Okay, so a bit more nails, lots and lots of builders. And then once we get just a couple more families in these smithies finished, and then the smeltery finished, and then we just need to house up all of this area here, so we have lots and lots of people to work in these buildings. Then hopefully we'll be sort of at a point where production never really slows down. That's what we want to see. Getting lots of metal parts done, and then the cart shed finished is going to be really, really nice as well, because the cart shed's going to allow us to get production. The point is that we're going to have so many workers, right, that we want them to throw buildings up very, very quickly, and that's how it is currently. They put buildings together fast. But the issue is that we're starting to run into a point where we don't have the resources stockpiled, so like workers will get out there won't be resources, they'll hang out for a bit, then they'll go home. And the issue is speed, isn't the amount of workers that we have. So workers are fine. Next up, we are going to ensure that the goods, the resources, get there before the workers even get there, hopefully. That's what we're hoping. And then on top of that, we're also going to want to push production through the roof. We're going to want lots and lots of wood choppers. We're going to want lots of metal production, nail production. And so we want to produce everything, produce metal parts, produce all this stuff. We want to stockpile the important bits, nails and metal parts and stuff here, And then we want cart sheds to move those goods around. That is sort of like my vision here. This is going to be sort of like our little construction depot area. That's sort of like my grand vision for this entire area. And so hopefully this all works out rather quite well. Not sure exactly if it's going to be good or not, but we are going to give it our best shot. So 500 clothes, warm clothes, shoes. Clothes. Warm clothes, shoes, and then I also wanted firewood. So we're going 500 on each of these. And then I think we were going with like 7,000 firewood. And then we should be able to allow this to take from other resources. Oh yes, and we do have women working in these as well. So hire men, apply to all, allow some women to work in here. Cool. Oh no, we did that to these buildings as well though, which I don't think we want to be the case. Well, actually, you know what? These aren't going to need anyone to ever be hired into them because the resources here are going to be put here by the, what's it called? Carters. That should be fine. And we got done with even more village houses, which is amazing. And now we just need to start to sort of tone down on the amount of open vacancies that we have. Cool. Another village house, and then the smeltery will finally be finished, and that'll be really, really cool. And at this point, we have more money than we started the game with, which is a good sign. It means that we have a pretty healthy economy. Trading lots of good. Not too many people have too much stuff. Let's do another 500 here. Deal. And then let's purchase 500 leather. Deal. Net profit. Charcoal. I'd rather keep the charcoal we have right now. As for the clothes, let's do 500. And then let's purchase from them. Well, these guys don't have the, what's it called? The goods for that. That's okay. We'll still sell them 500. I think that's fine. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Day in the life of an average person living in Ostriv. Very, very nice. And so now we just need time to be on our side. Bit more housing here, and then smeltery time. Alright, so stone mining camp. We need to order carts for this building, so let's go ahead and hire all the carts, and then let's get some workers in here. Let's not focus on limestone, and we'll just focus on stone for the foreseeable future. And can we, yeah, I think 2 carts, 2 workers should be enough. So no mining carts are available. Let's go and see. Mining cart, yeah, perfect. So he needs 30 metal parts for this. So what we gotta do is make sure that we can produce at least 30 metal parts here. Let's turn off nail production for the time being. Let's hope that this all works out. Yeah, previously, what I ended up needing to do was actually fire some of our female workers from our market stalls so that we actually had people who would come and set up the charcoal piles. And so something I noticed is that we can change resource supply to carters. And so I think we'll set up a couple more of these charcoal piles, have them all activated by the carters, and so carters are going to handle all production on top of ensuring that our charcoal piles are constantly full, and that'll be really, really nice. At least I hope so. So now should be moving along pretty soon. Metal parts, do we have the 30 we needed? It looks like they got it. Yeah, it looks like guys making cool. That's amazing. Good, good, good. I don't think that there's quite the worker that we needed. I think one of the workers, yeah, one of the workers ended up leaving. Buying food, taking a rest. We have stuff that needs done, gentlemen. You know what we might end up doing as well? Let's move up all the village homes. Let's get these done before anything else. Just get more families in wherever else that I was really planning on doing. So more families equals more men looking for jobs, men and women looking for jobs, and that's something that we desperately need right now. Yeah, we have like 45 vacancies. Like, that's just a bit too many. I think it'd be best to try and keep these numbers relatively low. Let's actually move the smeltery down past all of those. Let's just build up a stockpile of wood. Let's see how much the smeltery is going to need. 2,600 stone. We'll wait until we have that much, and then we'll probably try giving this a shot, getting the smeltery done. That's literally all it needs, 2,600 stone, and we'll have a smeltery up and running. So let's go ahead and finish all this village housing, and then we'll see how things are after that. So right now, the people bringing the resources are actually construction workers, and you can just imagine how this would be if construction workers didn't ever have to focus on that, or at least like, in the very least half the time. That would be pretty convenient if half the time the resources were already there. Alright, so we finished up another village house, and what I want to check on is how much stone do we have stockpiled? We're already up to 3,000, so let's go ahead and move the smeltery up now. Interesting, interesting. So this is by far the largest building that I've ever made. Well, maybe not the largest. Definitely the first time I've ever made a smeltery, though. And I think that is pretty cool. So what I want to do now is actually try and get... Let's do all the current housing that we currently have. And then I want to do even more housing. Housing is going to be Name of the game. Go ahead and start with some additional housing. Out over here, I would say. I want these people to have as long yards as possible. That looks good to me. Let's do another house here. If one over to here, there to there. I like that. And let's just keep it simple and do something like this. And let's go ahead and this time rotate this building too. Fit snugly into this corner. There we go. Happy with that. Let's go and move this housing on up. I want to do just a bunch of housing to get a bunch of new families to move in very, very quickly because we desperately need new villagers. And so it'd be pretty convenient to not have to worry as much about it. Let's do village house there. Village house here. And let's do another one I want like facing this way. That's telling me I kind of want like 2 more here and then here. Oops. And then let's have one facing inwards like this. And then let's get all this and bring it to the front. Cool, this is pretty nice. You know what? Let's actually get the cart shed and do that after this next village house. The reason I want the cart shed is this is going to allow us to build these houses even faster. And you know what? Let's even do the smithies. Or at least one of the smithies. Because if we can get a smithy that's going to focus entirely on nail production, just pushing nail production through the roof, then that'll be absolutely massive. Look at that. The first time ever we're producing our very own iron. That's the first time I've ever done this. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Milk, smetana, peas, buckwheat. Buckwheat should never be an issue. And then a bit of goods here. Let's look at overall storages of stuff. Beetroot 900, buckwheat 1700, cabbage, carrots. We have 3000 carrots. That's pretty good, I feel. Same thing with dried fruit. Cucumber 2000. Numbers are looking pretty alright. I'm content seeing these numbers. Another village house just finished. Which one was it? This one. Nice. Another new family should be moving in relatively soon. And look at this, man. It's looking right. I really like the way that this all looks. And so what I want to do is expand this sort of like amount of detail. Like everything we got going on here. I want to expand it pretty much to the entire outskirts of the entire zone that we can possibly inhabit before we move into our center, where we're going to create a really, really cool looking city. And that is the overarching goal here. So let's look at the cart shed. Do we need anything special for this? We need clay, wood, nails. Cool. So pretty quickly this should get thrown together. We'll want to hire in workers for the cart shed, set up a certain amount of things for carters to do. We'll do carters, apply to all. So now carters are going to be the only ones bringing stones down here. Carters are also hopefully going to be the only ones doing nails, metal parts, iron, wood here. All of these goods, which we don't have any yet, but once we start getting these, then carters will start bringing that all in. And then we'll leave this with, what's it called? Laborers by hand and carts. Let's do laborers by hands and carters. The laborers by hands, of course, that just makes sense. Like, if a laborer doesn't really have anything to do, then in the very least they can always come down to the charcoal pile, make sure that the charcoal piles have charcoal in them, and then same sort of deal with our carters. They'll always have something to do. So I think that is pretty much everything that I wanted the carters to do. And so the interesting thing with the carters is that you can sort of specify what exactly it is that you want them to sort of focus on. So once this building's fully put together, which should be right about now, let's hire in. Honestly, let's do the entire thing. Special deliveries, supply per construction, and regular deliveries. That's what we want. Let's see. If you click help, I remember this. Carts allow you to haul, new cars built, change your mind, relocate. Cart shed workers will perform deliveries of 3 types, each of which you can enable or disable in the building properties panel. Apply for the current construction site according to priority queue. Perform regular deliveries to buildings which have cart or checked in their supply options. Fulfill special orders created by the move resources by cart feature in a specific building. So we want all of them ticked, pretty much. Higher options, I mean, honestly, I don't care who's doing what, as long as we're doing stuff. And let's go with, try and only go with a cart being at least 30% full would be good, I think. At least 30%, right? Seems like a decent number. This smithy over here is almost done. And that all seems fine. Belliclia. I don't think there's anything in particular. I just sold all of our honey. That's not good. I mean, it's not amazing. I wouldn't say it's particularly bad though. Cool, now we are producing iron and swaths. Smithy coming in. Amazing stuff. Let's hire in 3 workers for this. And we want these guys to only produce nails. Resource supply. Let's do laborers by hands and by carts. Cool, so now just focus on housing until we get a number of new houses all put together throughout here. I kind of want to do something a bit cool here. While we're in ×3 speed, letting a bunch of stuff get put together, let's do a bit of really cool looking planning out here. Let's do like a road, but like kind of like a bigger road is what I want. I think that looks good. Don't want the angles to be like too much here. Just do a bunch of housing all throughout here, I would say. Alright. Let's do this house right here, I think. Kind of looks cool. Keep it in ×3 speed because we're going to want all this to get done ASAP. Yeah, I had a feeling that we'd not have enough honey for that deal, but I mean, whatever. Just want to make sure this road, this is like what I wanted to not happen. Let's demolish you. Construction complete. Our family got married. That's good. And I want to keep the, what's it called? Like relative angle of this. The relative angle as well as the road width here. I kind of want it to stay consistent. So these guys aren't going to be producing nearly as much goods, but I think, you know, of course every bit's going to help, and it's not like we need it to be too crazy all the time everywhere. Let's kind of extend this one a little bit though, give them a bit bigger of a yard. Let's put them up on the hill as high as we can go. Cool, I think that looks good. Another couple houses. Let's move them on down. Let's go have a look-sees with something like our smithy here. Interesting. Nail production should be flying through the roof now. Carters, do we have any carters yet? We don't have any carters yet, that's not good. Let's also set up more, what's it called, production here, I would say. charcoal piles. I'm thinking we do 2, 2, and then I want to do like 3, honestly, but we'll stick with 2 for now. Bunch of charcoal piles, and what we want to do is resource supply, carters, and then laborers by hands apply to all. Oh, we can add source buildings. That's interesting. Cool, cool, cool. And now let's see how many job sites we have. 50 job sites. So yeah, this amount of housing definitely going to be necessary. I'd reckon it'd be a good idea to get around like 50 new jobs or 50 new houses finished, but I won't go so far as to do that. And we're probably going to need to set up more water supplies soon. Let's go ahead and queue those on in. Kind of like the idea of one just being like right here. And then I also want to do some decorations. Let's do some pine trees just down throughout here. Just a couple here and there I think's good enough for this zone. Let's do like one in the middle right there, I think would look good. Maybe even, nah, that's fine. Cool. I didn't really realize that we have a smithy here queued up. I thought this would be more of like a straightforward road. Maybe we get rid of this village house and make the road sort of bend here. Make a turn. I think that'd be best. Yes. Cool. Even more village housing done, and I think we're gonna continue along today until we at least hit a population of 200. I think at that point we'll be in a pretty good spot. So let's go ahead and, honestly, for the cow shed, let's make this only for women. Let's fire all the workers here and hire in a bunch of women there. I think that'll be good. Slaughterhouse, of course, I think that's best for men. The dairy, let's do the same sort of thing, only hire in women. And open that completely up to women. Weaver's Workshop, looking good. Slaughterhouse. And then we have the farm. Amazing stuff. And we're just going to need to extend all of this as time goes on. No workers to take care of animals, that's not good. And we're getting really close to the maximum amount of cows that we can possibly have. That's really, really nice. All of our current workers are out gathering crops, it seems like. It's already September. Houses should just be flying together. Let's go and watch this next house get done. No carters still, but with a bit of time we'll be in a pretty good spot, I would say. Just need a lot of people to move in very, very quickly. Fill in all these different job slots that we have. And so I think with all of our current job slots finished, we'll have the iron mine, we'll have smeltery done, like 3 smithies, carters, storage depots, all this cool stuff. I think next up we're going to probably want to focus on pushing production up a bit. So that's probably what we'll start on next episode, like at the beginning of the episode, is get production up. And what I mean by that is like 2 or 3 more forestries, throw down some more like clay pits, sand pits, that sort of thing. Forestries, nails are fine, and then maybe we'll start like looking into producing bricks and stuff. Maybe that's not the most important of things right now though, but either way I think it'll be pretty useful with time to get production up, just so that we're constantly having everything that we need. Cool. And so having a place that's got like infinite nail production I think is going to be nice. Let's move this on up. Probably gonna want even more wells. But we don't see any issues with it now, so perhaps that's fine for now. I'm thinking maybe just like a bit of neighborhoods out through here. What I mean by neighborhoods is just like village houses on top of each other without like any yards. I think that'll probably be best for that area. Let's go look at all of our farmland. It looks like almost all of it's completely done. They need to gather all the resources here. A couple more plants that need tilling out here. Not sure if tilling's the right word, but just a little bit more. Tiny bit more. Looks like the hay barrack. It's looking good. Zaliski. Lots of treasury, Belliclia. Eh. I should probably continue doing trades, but I think we'll be alright. I would say just a couple more houses. Look at that, we have more men than women. Interesting. Or more women than men. Interesting, interesting. Cart shed full yet? Oh, we have one worker. Oh, and then he didn't work here anymore. Man, look at this place here. This is a busy area. Derkachi, 500. Leather, 500. Clothes, we'll go ahead and sell them. Let's sell them half. You have these. 250 honey? No. Don't want to do that. I think that's fine. Alrighty. The winter of 1730 has begun to set in, and for the first time, our queues are looking rather quite short. That is cool. And even then, 185. We've chopped down half of our vacant job slots, but I think we're gonna go ahead and end today's episode here. Very, very interesting. Made lots of decent progress, I would say, and with just a little bit more time, we'll be in a really, really, really good spot, I would say. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to follow along with the rest of the Ostriv playthrough that I'm gonna be having going on here, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.